I'm going to try and write my own Rage Against the Machine song. Now, you might have guessed, I'm not in Rage Against the Machine. But writing songs is fun, so let's take you behind the scenes. Let's write a song. I made the decision early on that I wanted to keep it in standard tune. I knew I was going to be writing something in E. And I settled on this idea of going E, then this hammer on from D to E. And obviously that's taken from Killing in the Name of riff. It ended up evolving into this quite quickly. Again, nothing complicated. That's something you realise when you listen to Rage and learn a lot of their riffs. The riffs are usually really cool, but they're not as complicated as you might think. And I like the idea of this being something similar. Repeat. And then I like the idea of just like a scale walk up, like in the verse of Bomb Track where it does like it's something like. And it does this little blues scale. I came up with something similar, but just more of like a sequence kind of thing. So it was something like that. I like the idea of having the riff end with like a power chord thing. So, now once this riff finished, I knew that I wanted it to go into something that was quite spacious and where the drums could kind of take over and the lyric and the vocals would kind of come to the forefront. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then just doing that same thing as before. I knew that I wanted another riff to go with it. Opening string again, then going from an E power chord to a D power chord, and then again using that same idea. So I'm just using all the ideas I've already used, but just changing it up. He does that a bunch of times. And then last time, I just want to say up top, this is not a tutorial about producing like Rage Against the Machine. If you want a video about that, check out Audio Hazer's video, it's fantastic. When I came up with the riffs, I came into Pro Tools and I did like a scratch recording of each of the riffs so I could chop them up and plot out what the song was going to turn into eventually. So I knew that I wanted it to start off with the main riff, and then I knew I wanted it to go into the verse section. Main riff this time twice as long for the chorus, the verse again, then it was into kind of the bridgey section. I realised on this bridge section where it ended with that power chord bit with a da 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 ba, that it actually worked really well to come out of this section by repeating that last bit. Ba da 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 ba da 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 ba da 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 ba 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 da 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 da, and then back into the riff. And that happened there as I was planning it out. So what happened next was I started putting the drums together. I have played drums in bands, I have been a drummer, so I understand how the drums work quite well and stuff. So I could have actually made the drum beat here, but I always find that making drum beat from scratch can be very time consuming and it lacks that kind of human feel. So I like to use software called Easy Drummer. Loads of inbuilt drum patterns already made by sampling live drummers. So it has that human feel, but then it comes in as MIDI so you can adapt things. So I started off by just taking a very basic rock beat. I kind of programmed in the drums to go with the riff. After I record the bass and I record the guitars and the vocals, I went back and I added more to the drums to make them fit better. But this is what the drums ended up turning into. And it's got this bit at the end. Just match that bit really well. Then it goes into the verse section. And obviously, for a Rage tune, it helps to add some cowbell in there. It just sounded really cool, I liked it. The next thing is the bass part. Now I actually, like I say, recorded the bass live and I'm just playing what the guitar part is. The thing that I really wanted was for everything to just be tight. I did a bunch of takes and I played it as tight as I possibly could. I am pretty much to the grid, so I'm quite happy with how tight it sounds, and this is how it sounds with drums and bass. So then I record the main guitars, double track hard left and right, playing the exact same thing. I haven't gone overboard with production. When it comes to this kind of thing, I really do like templates. I think templates will help you to get work done. I want to work fast. I want to get the creative juices flowing. I just want to work fast. So I have things set up as presets. If I was doing a full track, I would spend a lot more time to really dial in how I want it to sound. But with stuff like this, I think this sounds good enough. It's pretty safe to say that Rage Against the Machine are quite a politically charged band. So I knew that I was going to have to go kind of down that route. I just wanted to write something that had a flow. After all, I'm not a rapper, but this again is a learning experience. I want to try something. I want to get out of my comfort zone because that's where you learn things. I got this idea in my head of the blind leading the blind. So I started with this. The blind lead the blind, but I can't see why they're on their high horse of hypocrisy. Then it goes into lies. They've got lies. They've got lies they hide behind. Never see the truth because they want to close their eyes. Rise up, the truth can be denied, but I'm never going to give up because I know you're going to mess it up. This is a recurring line that happened at the end of this verse and the end of the next verse. I can see it, I can see it, I can see you don't know shit. I can see it, I can smell bullshit. So it's just kind of like, again, I was going for that angsty, angry Rage Against the Machine style. Same thing with the next verse. So it starts off the same with the blind lead the blind, but I smell fear in the mind of every virtue signaler here. Then I went with do you even know what you're talking about? Every question asked makes you turn around and walk away, walk away. You don't want to lose face. You don't know shit. You're a fucking disgrace. Again, I was just trying to go for angry, angsty sounding lyrics. Now in the chorus, this again happened in the recording process. I had no idea what I was going to do for the chorus, but I kind of knew for the Rage Against the Machine sound, I wanted to do a couple of lines repeated over and over again. So, Masters of Deceit, following the sheep. In the bridge section as well, same kind of thing. This line just happened. So find out for yourself, form your own opinions. I didn't really want to overthink all these things. I just wanted to get something done. I really did want to add some of like Zach De La Rocha's like screams and shouts and things, but it's not really fair to my neighbours to be shouting my head off in here. Also, I've not been well for the past week or so. My throat's really sore. So the main thing is with this is I went for performance. There's a real angsty, kind of angry sound to Zach De La Rocha's performance. I'm not a rapper, so I'm sorry in advance, but this is what I got for the vocal.
The blind lead the blind, and I can't see how you ride your high horse of hypocrisy. They've got lies, they've got lies, they've got lies they hide behind. Never gonna see the truth cause they wanna close their eyes. Now rise up, the truth can be denied, but never gonna give up cause I know in time you'll mess this up. I can see it, I can see it, I can see you don't know shit, and I can see it, I can smell bullshit.
So this is what I got for the chorus. I double tracks the vocal, so it's like a chorus effect. It just thickens up the vocal in the chorus. So this sounds like this.
Masters of the sea, just following the sheep.
And it's the same thing with the bridge, this bridge kind of section. Now there's a happy accident happened here that there's a lyric that kind of came to me whilst I was recording. I didn't write the lyrics at all beforehand. Normally I'd write something down first. So this is what I got for this bridge section. This just kind of came to me as I recorded it.
Find out for yourself, form your own opinions.
Because this riff has that da 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 da, that fit that vocal so well, the form your own opinions.
Find out for yourself, form your own opinions. Find out for yourself, form your own opinions. Find out for yourself.
It just works really well. And this is the fun part. Now, last thing I want to go through in the production, I just double tracking some of the vocal, or triple tracking. I like to have these hard left and right. So this is what I've done with these, and I just think they just fill out the sound so much better.
The blind lead the blind, now I smell fear in the minds of every virtue signaler here. And do you even know what you're talking about? Cause every question asked makes you turn around and walk away. You don't wanna lose face, but you don't know shit, and it's a fucking disgrace. I can see it, I can see it, I can see you don't know shit, and I can see it, I can smell bullshit.
It just adds so much more character to the vocal, and it adds so much more width as well. It just makes everything sound so much more professional. So that's the song done. Now, obviously, I'm not in Rage Against the Machine. I don't think this would pass as a Rage Against the Machine song at all. But I've learned a lot. I've put myself out of my comfort zone and I've come up with something. I've got a song fully done and recorded. I'm happy with it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time, guys.